A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope all of you are doing great. My name is Shan, and I welcome you all to the official page of Instagram of Lovely Professional University. And I'm very sure that you all are really excited for this amazing event that we're gonna have today over here. This amazing live discussion. I'm very sure that from last few days it's been a great, excitement in our Virtus crowd, because how it's a matter of privilege that we have been acknowledged by Mr. Virat Kohli sir. And I'm very sure that all of you are watching the Olympic Games, because whenever I open my TV, I just watch it. I'm so curious because a lot of people are waiting so that we can get more gold this time. So, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, I welcome you all to the official page of LPU once again, and I can see a lot of amazing people coming out here. So I'm very sure that you all must be wondering that who is this amazing person, who's gonna come here. So I would like to take this one opportunity to tell you all that today we are going to have a very amazing person out here who's gonna come and have a very amazing conversation out here. So today we are gonna have Madam Sonal Goyal, a very renowned IS officer, TEDx speaker, and top 25 transforming woman by Niti Aayog. So I'm very sure that you all are, waiting for her arrival, and I'm very sure that within a while she's gonna come here. And I can see a lot of messages coming out here. So on the behalf of, Lovely Professional University and UNYC, the student organization which is organizing this, I welcome you all out here, and get ready, guys, because today you're gonna get a lot of amazing, words from Sonal ma'am, because she'll be here at any moment. So I'm waiting for her arrival out here, and as soon as she'll come, I'm gonna request her to join. And guys, do tell me how excited you are, to see this amazing conversation. I can see, okay, Sonal ma'am has joined us, and I'm gonna send her the request. Sonal ma'am, it's a very humble request to kindly accept, I have sent you the request, and I'm waiting for your acceptance. Very good afternoon, ma'am, and a very warm welcome. Hello?
Hi, good afternoon. Yes, just give me a second. I'll just check my
Yes, ma'am.
camera.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I think, am I audible and visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You're very audible, and you're like loud and clear and visible. So, first of all, very good afternoon, ma'am, and a very warm welcome on the behalf of Lovely Professional University and Student Organization UNYC. We're delighted to have you here. So, ma'am, how have you been?
I have been very fine. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Ma'am, all the students are so excited to have your presence out here, because we were literally waiting that you're gonna come and have, this amazing conversation with us. So, ma'am, how is everything going on? Like, these days everything is changed. So, like the COVID situation, and also how have you been in this duration of COVID?
Very rightly put in. May I know your name? Your
My name is Shanmukh, ma'am.
Shantanu, yeah. So, a very warm good afternoon to everyone, all the viewers who have joined us in the live session today. Saviko, namaskar. Uh, as you have rightly mentioned that since last year we all have been facing this an unprecedented challenge in terms of COVID-19, and nobody would ever have imagined that this kind of a pandemic we would be facing. Fortunately, unfortunately, there have been lot many casualties. There have been so many deaths, not only in our offices but also in the family, friends. But I would also like to mention here that COVID-19 pandemic has probably made us learn few things, learn new things, and we as human beings, we as humanity have faced it with resilience, faced this challenge with our own strengths. So I think to begin with, we all must acknowledge that the last wave, in fact, the second wave of COVID 19 was even the more difficult in terms of the number of cases which were being reported, in terms of the pressure on the infrastructure, health infrastructure, availability of medicines, oxygen concentrators. But we worked as a team, and India could very quickly come out of the second wave. Simultaneously, we should not forget that there might be a knock by the third wave, and few of the states already in the country, they have started reporting some cases on a higher side. So still the fight is not over. So the precautions, the advisories which are being issued by the government, we all need to take it very much seriously. And especially for students, I'm sure that when I joined the session, there was initially a comment by somebody who had written that LPU kab khulega, kab open hoga, something like that somebody had mentioned. And we all acknowledge the fact that online learning has its own advantages, but also it has many limitations, and it in fact requires a new kind of a learning on both the parts, on parts of the teaching faculty also, and also on the part of the students. So we should be accepting it, and we should be uh, trying to take things forward in this manner, at least for coming few months. I think so. Yes.
Definitely, ma'am. Thank you so much. So, ma'am, I would like to throw this one question to you. You know, as you were saying, 15 months ago, we all have faced something that our country hasn't seen in last 100 years. So this pandemic thing was very new to the government, and being an IAS officer, it could be really tough for you to manage everything all together. So I would like to ask you, for the very first time when we have faced pandemic, and even after that for the second wave, how hard was it for you to manage the situation? Because you have the responsibility, of a lot of things that have to be taken care and need to be considered. So what kind of challenges you faced at the very initial phase of the pandemic? So would you like to
So
throw
if
some
I,
light on the
yeah,
same?
if I discuss about my own experiences, the challenges. Last year, when the COVID-19 pandemic had hit all of us, that time I was posted in Gurugram. I was additional CO GMDA, Metropolitan Development Authority, and I was also in charge of the city bus, which was looking after the local transportation within the city. So when this pandemic came in, frankly speaking, there were no set procedures, because on one side the private offices were shut, even the government offices during lockdown were being told to have minimum people to be attending the offices. And at one point of time we all realized that it is only we who are supposed to be in the office, and our peripheral staff who is working on who is assisting us in various activities and coordinating at the lower level, they were either affected, or even if not affected, then there was a roster which was to be followed. So the skeletal staff which is there in the field, that was reduced to a large extent. And also we had the challenge, however, to cope up to the situation, because we had to deliver, we had to save lives, we have to cope up. So at that time I remember that Gurugram worked as a team. The district administration has various organizations like the corporation, the GMDA, of course the district administration, the Gurugram police, which is a commissionerate system, HSVP. So all these departments worked in tandem with each other. Especially the GMDA, Gurugram Metropolitan Development Authority, they took a lead role in coordinating all the activities. We had an ICCC, Integrated Command and Control Center, which was established in December 2019 under the Smart Cities mission. for acting as surveillance control room. So during COVID-19 pandemic, it was converted into a COVID-19 war room, and all the major areas, it has around 300 plus CCTV cameras which are covering the entire city of Gurugram. So entire city was being monitored. There was a surveillance, and there was a kind of network being created that if there is any violation of the lockdown restrictions, that was immediately reported, and the police team was also deployed at the control room, and they would pass on the message to the respective field functionary from the control room itself. We also had this GMD also developed an app which was accessible to everybody. Anybody from phone, Android, or the iPhones would be able to download it and have information on the number of hospitals, the hospital beds availability, the medical facility availability, ambulance availability. Everything was available. And also, I would like to mention that there were more and more emphasis internally on office working to be done online. So GMD had an advantage that since its inception in 2017-18, there was an e-office system being established. And e-office system was helping to deliver the things very well in time, and there was hardly any delay because everything was available online. And along with that, we also, for the purpose of helping the people who were in distress, we also started telemedicine facility and counseling for who patients in quarantine, home quarantine, counseling for senior citizens, counseling for couples who were staying alone, old age couples. So like this, there has been an attempt, and especially from the transport side, I would like to mention that GMCBL, because there was no public transport operated for at least 3 to 4 months. So we had a fleet of 150, around 150 buses which were there. So we utilized these buses in the pandemic in the sense that we converted few buses as mobile grocery stores. So as mobile grocery stores, we tied up with corporation, and we also tied up with the food and civil supplies department. And there was this supply of the ration delivery from the shops to the RWAs, to the societies, wherever there was a request coming from. So this became a very successful experiment during COVID-19. We also used the buses for transportation of patients, for transportation of health teams. Also, one bus was converted to act as a mobile testing facility in association with a private lab. So all these things were taken last year. And if I talk about the present COVID-19 second wave, that time I was posted as special resident commissioner, my present profile in Tripura Bhavan, Delhi. So the major work is of coordination, of logistics arrangement, and ensuring that any supplies from Delhi, if it is to be transported to Tripura, that is done. Coordinating and liaison with the various ministries in Government of India. So all this work we have been doing, but frankly, there are 2-3 important learnings during COVID-19 pandemic which we as administrators, especially, I would like to emphasize. First thing is that we are moving from physical to digital. So everything is moving from physical to digital, whether any conference, whether any meeting, everything is becoming online. So we all need to gear up with our digital initiatives. We need more and more digital coverage in the entire country. Second thing is that there are no scope for delays. So things have to move in very urgently, especially when it is the issue of health initiative, health infrastructure, or providing medicines, providing injections. For that matter, now the vaccination, India's vaccination drive is progressing at a very high pace. And if I mention about Tripura is amongst the top 3 states in the country, wherein it has vaccinated more than 90% of the eligible population as per the percentage which is eligible under the policy of the government. So this vaccination is very important. This we have understood that, and it is also very important to understand that in our daily routine, in our daily schedule, physical health and mental health is very important. So we all should be giving little bit of time in maintaining our physical and mental health. These things are very important. So I think this COVID-19 pandemic has shown us, and most importantly, it is very important to value relations in our life, to value our parents, value our friends, our children. That is very important, because anything else would not help. We have seen in this pandemic that people with huge amount of money also could not help out each other. It is only the family, the emotional bonding, the psychological support. Even we have seen that few of the patients, they became psychologically affected, they become psychologically weak, and then the oxygen levels start dropping. So it is important that you take care of your physical as well as mental health also, right?
True, true. So, ma'am, in this whole situation, whether it's the first phase or the second wave, we have seen two things. First of all, people didn't believe that something like COVID virus or coronavirus do exist. They felt that it's a hoax. And then when it comes to the vaccination thing, a lot of people have various sets of misconceptions, miscommunications regarding the vaccination. People say it's not good for health. So in this thing, when administration is working so effectively, what kind of the possible challenges that you have faced as a member, and what were the solutions that came out over here? Because it's very crucial for the country to get people vaccinated, and yet we were fighting not only with a virus but with also a thought process that vaccination can do harm. So how these misconceptions were cleared later on the very early stage of the vaccination level?
I think it is in fact the response of the people also, that they have understood. Initially, as you have also mentioned, that initially there were apprehensions and people were not coming forth on their own for vaccination. So when the government of India launched the vaccination drive, it was majorly for senior citizen, and of course for the frontline workers in health and other important services which were dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic. And then there was coverage of 45 age group plus, and then it is of course 18 years plus. So if we say the phase-wise implementation in our country, initially there were a lot of apprehensions, lot of doubts. There were some misconceptions being floated that it may lead to infertility, it may lead to other kind of side effects. But then when we are now, if we are seeing the progress, the percentage of population which has been vaccinated, and the way people are now, when the government had launched the COVID portal, we all have seen that slots, people were trying to book slots and there was overbooking. In a sense, the slots were not available and they had to wait for 1 day or 2 days. So this is the kind of information, education, communication activity which has been done by the government. And it is now, I think, very much clear to everybody that despite the fact that you have got COVID or you have not got COVID, despite that fact, we all should be vaccinated. At least 18 year plus of age group population, everybody should get vaccinated, and it is irrespective of the fact कि आपको COVID हुआ है या नहीं हुआ है. Even I had got COVID in mid of April, but I have taken first dose of vaccination. That of course was just few days prior to when I took the vaccination. When I got COVID, I got COVID just 3 or 4 days after vaccination. But of course, that has no correlation. But I would also be taking my second dose. It is due. It would be due in August. So I am requesting that अगर किसी ने अभी भी नहीं लिया है, even till today, if somebody has a doubt, please dispel all your fears, and you should be taking this vaccination very seriously. Yes.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such inspiring words. So, ma'am, very curiously, I want to ask you, like, where this thing started, the dream of becoming an IAS. So, like, you being a child, you were always curious about being an IAS officer. Was that your dream goal? So, would you like to tell us, like, what inspired you to become an IAS officer? And what kind of challenges you have faced at the very initial phase?
So, in my case, I would like to mention that I am a commerce graduate from Shriram College of Commerce, and I am a CS LLB. and my batch in the IAS is 2008, and my cadre is Tripura. So when you ask me about when did I decide, it was definitely not from the childhood. I was doing my graduation from Shriram College of Commerce. That was way back in 2003. I was in the third year of graduation, and I was also doing CS. So CS का second stage का exam था, and I was doing my graduation का third year of graduation में थी मैं. When I somewhere read about civil services in some magazines. There was, prior to that, nobody in my family who had ever thought of even appeared or attempted to appear for civil services. There was nobody. I was the first one to even think of. When I discussed this with my parents, especially my father, I mean, we belong to a middle class family based in Panipat district, Haryana. So I'm talking about way back in 2003-4. So traditional orthodox society, which is patriarchal dominated, all those notions wherein a girl is maximum allowed to do graduation, and immediately after graduation she is supposed to be married and take the responsibility of running the household. So that was also the thing which was kind of thought for me. Of course, I was doing professional course, so I had always in my mind that I would be doing some job, or I would be taking some kind of an activity which will give me an opportunity to work for the people. But then when I came across civil services and I discussed with my father, so there were a lot of apprehensions. Firstly, that this exam is the toughest in the country, and secondly, this is a long drawn process. So what if I don't clear? How many attempts would I be giving? And if I select, to which service I would get? Not everybody would be able to get IAS, IPS, Foreign Revenue Service. There are other allied services also. And within the service, which cadre I would get, and after the cadre, how would I settle my family life? In what service would be my life partner would be? So all these things were there in mind of my parents, which of course they were very rationally asking all these things. But then when there was a constant dialogue for around 5-6 months, and I requested my father that allow me to give at least one attempt. So my father said ki okay, if you want to give, you give this examination, but you should also have a plan B. Plan B in the sense, if you don't clear civil services, so what will you do as an alternative? So that was a very valid advice that he had given to me. So I completed my graduation in 2003. I completed my CS in 2004. In same year, I started my LLB. I appeared for LLB entrance from Delhi University. I got admission, and then after that, I also started my part-time job as company secretary and my full-time preparation for civil services. So 2004 to 2007, these three things were parallel in my life. Civil services preparation was the main and the sole thing on which I was focusing, attending law classes and of course appearing in the law examination, and then my part-time job. So all these things were very hectic for me, but then it was a commitment which I had given to myself कि मुझे करना है और यही time है कि मैं कर पाऊँगी, बाद में नहीं कर पाऊँगी. Therefore I could, whatever I could do, I tried to give my best to that. Unfortunately, in 2006, I did not get my interview call. I wrote mains examination, but I did not get an interview call. Interview call नहीं आने की वजह से I was very much depressed, demotivated. But nevertheless, I thought कि I have to give another attempt. And in that attempt, I should be giving such kind of preparation that I should not have any grudge on my own self कि मैं ये नहीं कर पाई. So I gave my, I think, more than 100%, and whatever was possible for me to on my behalf, I gave all my efforts. And by Almighty's grace and by blessings of my parents, support of my family, I could clear the examination, and I got All India rank 13th. So this was way back in 2008, 16th May 2008. I still remember the day when the result was announced, and I was at my home along with my parents. And when I got this news, it was such an emotional, happy moment. And of course, life has changed quite a lot after that. I got Tripura cadre. I joined the cadre in 2009 after my training at Labasna, Mussoorie. And till 2016, I worked in state in various capacities from SDMship to my collectorship, collector profile. And after that, 2016 onwards, July onwards, I came to Haryana on inter-cadre deputation. Herein also, I have worked on field profiles. And then from last year, I have joined back Tripura after my deputation is over, and I'm working in my present profile. So it has been almost now 13 years, and 13 years have been full of learnings, challenges, opportunities, satisfactions, frustrations, not to mention, and of course, that sense of commitment to your own self is the supreme thing which will keep on moving you to achieve what you want to do in life, I think.
Such an incredible journey, ma'am. I should say, such an incredible journey. So inspiring. So, ma'am, when you started preparing, every individual who's aspiring to be into civil services, the preparation is definitely on a different level altogether. So, how did you started preparing? Like, what all the factors you have considered? Because, as you said, it was not a simple thing just to sit and study. You were occupied in multiple things at a time, and being in all the things at a time, how hard was it to concentrate on civil? Because this is one thing where I have heard that people definitely need 100% concentration. So how did you started preparing, and how did you set up your timetable? And also I request you to kindly share this experience as well.
So, as I mentioned briefly, that since these three things were going on in my life when I was preparing for civil services, of course, this focus was on the preparation only. I was also attending the LLB classes, that was
Mm.
uh, a regular course, and my part time job, at least 10 to 12 hours per day. That was a thing which I tried to do. As far as coaching is concerned, I did not take a wholesome, full-fledged coaching. It was in parts for some portions because I was from commerce background. So I was not in touch with the subjects of general studies, especially history, civics, polity, international relations, geography. So for that, I needed some help and assistance, and of course at that time there were two optionals which were to be taken. So my two options for mains examination, my two optionals were public administration and commerce. So for me, it was there were three or four main points which I had already kept in mind. One thing is that whatever is the time available to you, whatever is the time available to us, we have to give emphasis on time management. Effective time management is the key. So by that it means that uh, आपको जब एग्जाम देना है, so when you want to appear for this examination, उससे पहले आप कब start कर रहे हैं, you will have some number of months in hand. So you divide those number of months as per your time availability, and then you break it down. So initially few months can be in coordination with prelims and mains, because there are few topics which are common in prelims and mains. So there can be a combined study for initial 4, 5, 6 months, and then you can focus primarily on mains, because mains is more towards answer writing, more towards comprehension and expressing yourself. And then you can shift towards last 2 months, you can shift toward prelims, which is more which is completely objective. So this was my strategy also, that I tried to break that, and daily current affairs, covering the newspaper, magazines, that was also very important. So I would say that those days of struggle were, जो आज हम quarantine बोलते हैं, I think I was living in a self quarantined life wherein I was not able to attend the family functions, going to relative places, even on occasions like Rakhi, Diwali, Bhai Dooj, even if the relatives would be coming, I would not be meeting them. It was, so people started calling me selfish, and there were taunts coming to my parents कि ये in fact my sister was at that time doing chartered accountancy, so her exams were for final examination she was appearing, so we both were in that kind of a studious mode. So they used to taunt कि ये मेरे फादर को स्पेशली कि ये अपनी लड़कियों को इतना पढ़ा के पता नहीं क्या करेंगे, जैसे तो ये क्या बन जाएंगी. तो मेरे फादर हमेशा यही बोलते थे कि एजुकेशन एक ऐसा गिफ्ट है जो हमें इर्रिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ द जेंडर, मेल या फीमेल, हमें सबको देना चाहिए. एंड उसके बाद में लेट द चिल्ड्रन डिसाइड व्हाट दे वांट टू डू इन लाइफ. सो दे ऑलवेज सपोर्टेड मी. And those days of preparation were, as I would mention again, they were a kind of self-quarantined period for me. My own self-commitment, my own motivation, and a determination that अगर करना है तो करना है. So my only point is that if you have to do, you do it with 100%. Otherwise, just leave it. Don't do anything half-heartedly. That is the key. That is the most important thing. Not only for civil services, for any kind of examination in which we are appearing, or for that matter any kind of work, even in office, even after you join service. उसके बाद इनफैक्ट आई वुड से कि एंटर करना बहुत इजी है, बट उसके बाद उसमें सर्विस में काम करना विद ऑल दीज चैलेंजेस, विद ऑल दैट डायनामिक पैराफर्नेलिया, जिसमें यू हैव पॉलिटिकल बॉसेस, यू हैव मीडिया, यू हैव जुडिशरी, you have civil society organizations, you have n number of stakeholders who are there. So I think entering service is much easier as compared to working and delivering and ensuring कि जिस पर्पज से आप आए थे आप उसको पूरा कर पा रहे हो. That is all the more difficult, all the more challenging, but it is your right intention, it is your commitment to yourself जो बाद में भी आपको आगे बढ़ने का हौसला देती है, and it guides you to reach to whatever level you have been aspiring for. I think so मेरा जो प्रिपरेशन था, my preparation was, I think I was completely immersed into it. Of course मेरे माइंड में हमेशा यही था कि मुझे ये करना है, और अगर नहीं करूँगी तो फिर मुझे क्या करना है, ये भी हमेशा मेरे माइंड में रहा. And it is also important to give some time to your hobby to relax your mind. आपको जिस भी चीज़ से you feel relaxed, it is important to give some time, if not daily, at least on a regular basis, 3-4 दिन के gap में या जैसे भी आपको ठीक लगे, it is important to give time to that also. Yes.
Amazing, ma'am. So true. Because once you're determined enough, no one and nothing can really stop you. So, ma'am, in this whole duration, I've seen a lot of people out here, a lot of students who are aspiring to write UPSC exams and civil, service exams. They are requesting you to tell certain strategies and certain, tips and tricks which can help them at the very initial stage. Because when it comes to selecting a subject, everyone are very, confused where to start, how to start. So I insist you to, tell us certain specific tips which they should consider, because as you have advised that time management should be the utmost priority, and apart from that your determination is a very major factor. So what else would you like to suggest to all the aspirants who are out here who are looking forward for your advice? So what would be those small little tips that I would like to ask them to consider during preparation?
So I would like to mention that civil services preparation strategy is entirely a very broad topic, and I have conducted sessions on that. पहले भी मैंने किए हैं. So if anybody wants to get into the details, they can look at my Facebook pages या Facebook page or my YouTube channel by the name of Sonal Goel IAS. उसमें उनको जाके details मिल जाएंगी. Broadly, I would like to mention here a few points. So first point is कि whenever you are trying to think for civil services, there should be an idea clear in your mind कि आपको ये क्यों करना है. Why do you want to join civil services? That should be clear in your mind. Whether it is the respect, charisma, the aura, or the opportunity to serve the people and society which is driving you, या कोई और reason है. ये मैं इसलिए बोल रही हूँ कि जब आप demotivated होंगे during preparation, या जब आप इवन सर्विस में एंटर करेंगे, तो ये जो रीज़न आपके माइंड में तब था प्रिपरेशन के टाइम में, यही आपको गाइड करेगा टू टेक अप्रोप्रिएट डिसीजन. एंड इट शुड बी अ वेरी वेल गाइडेड डिसीजन कि वाई यू वांट टू जॉइन सिविल सर्विसेज. इसमें जो कॉन्स हैं, जो फॉल आउट्स हैं, लाइक फ्रीक्वेंट ट्रांसफर्स, यू हैव पैराफर्नेलिया जिसमें मैंने पहले भी बात की, पॉलिटिक्स है, पॉलिटिकल बॉसेस हैं, जुडिशरी है, and you have media, you have civil society organizations, NGOs, right? So all these things you should consider, and once you decide, then you also should decide कि when do you want to start preparation. So जैसे आज मैं जिन बच्चों से, जिन स्टूडेंट से बात कर रही हूँ, दे आर अंडर ग्रेजुएट्स, राइट? तो अंडर ग्रेजुएशन के टाइम पे, ड्यूरिंग ग्रेजुएशन करनी है, ड्यूरिंग स्कूल के टाइम पे करनी है, 11-12 से भी सम कैंडिडेट स्टार्ट, या ग्रेजुएशन के बाद करनी है. तो दिस ऑल्सो शुड बी क्लियर कि आपको ये एग्जामिनेशन की तैयारी कब से स्टार्ट करनी है. एटलीस्ट 1 ईयर प्रायर टू गिविंग प्रीलिम्स आपको सीरियसली पढ़ाई करनी पड़ेगी. एंड ऑफ कोर्स 1 ईयर जाएगा प्री से लेके इंटरव्यू देने तक. प्री देंगे, फिर मेंस आएगा, फिर इंटरव्यू की तैयारी करेंगे और फाइनल रिजल्ट आएगा, उसमें ऑलमोस्ट 1 ईयर चला जाता है. सो यू शुड हैव दिस 12 मंथ स्ट्रैटेजी, जिसमें इनिशियली आप कुछ महीने प्री और मेंस के साथ में तैयारी करेंगे. फिर उसके बाद आप मेंस में जाएंगे. मेंस में आंसर राइटिंग इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, योर ओन रिविजन नोट्स शुड बी रेडी, एंड देन यू विल गो टू प्रीलिम्स. और साथ ही साथ में जब ये डिसाइड आप कर रहे हो कि आपको कब देना है एग्जाम, उसके साथ में यू शुड ऑल्सो डिसाइड व्हाट वुड बी योर फॉल बैक करियर ऑप्शन. आई एम नॉट सेइंग दिस टू डिमोटिवेट एनीबडी कि आप नहीं कर सकते. इट इज़ नॉट द थिंग. द ओनली थिंग इज कि इस एग्जाम में 10 लाख प्लस कैंडिडेट्स जो हैं वो भरते हैं प्रीलिम्स का फॉर्म, एंड सिलेक्शन होता है फ्यू हंड्रेड्स में. एंड वी एज यंग पीपल, you as young people, you invest so much time, energy, resources, money, everything is going into civil services preparation. तो अगर नहीं होगा तो आपको ऑल्टरनेट क्या रहेगा, आपके पास बेस्ट ऑल्टरनेट ऑप्शन क्या है, ये आपके माइंड में क्लियर होना चाहिए, राइट? So this is the overall broad idea which I have given about the civil service examination. Now when you start preparation, so what are the major things which you should be keeping in mind? So strategy ब्रीफली मैं बताऊंगी. जैसे प्रीलिम्स जो है, प्रीलिम्स इज अ टोटली ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन पेपर जिसमें मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चन आते हैं, सी सेट है. एंड प्रीलिम्स में हमारे टाइम में जब मैंने दिया 2006 और 7 में, उस टाइम में देयर वाज दिस optional also, but now there is no optional subject. There is GS and then the other aptitude test is there. So prelims में general studies becomes very important, your current affairs become very important, and of course for your aptitude test, your basic numeracy up to class 10 or 12 level, that is the most important. For mains we have 7 papers जिसमें you have essay paper also, and 1 Hindi and 1 English. Of course, I mean 1 English and 1 vernacular. That language can be any language which you choose as per your own comfort. And उसके अलावा then there are 4 other papers which are primarily dealing with GS and optional. So you have to choose only one optional which will have two papers, and then the GS. So mains is the most important thing for me. If you ask me frankly, for qualifying the civil service examination with a good score and a good rank, mains is the most important thing, because prelims is only qualifying. prelims के marks आगे कहीं भी ऐड नहीं होते हैं. mains में जो है, mains में आपको you will get an idea, you need to reproduce what you are reading. एंड उसमें जो है आंसर राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आंसर राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. रिपीटेड रिविजन्स. इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू राइट व्हाट यू नो, योर एंटायर पढ़ाई जो है, एंटायर स्टडीज विल बी not much beneficial, not be fruitful, right? So it is important that you give time to your answer writing, give time to your revision. If you are in the habit of making notes, make notes, but वो notes ऐसे होना चाहिए कि बहुत ज़्यादा bulky ना हो. Just remember friends, civil services preparation is not becoming a research scholar. Do not try to become a research scholar. It is totally and totally an examination to understand and to know your aptitude for serving the nation, for serving the society. So इसमें research scholar PhD नहीं बनना है. You need to understand the basic concepts and you should be able to reproduce it well in the examination. Now when I talk about the next stage is interview. इंटरव्यू में क्या है कि इट इज़ दी ओवरऑल पर्सनालिटी टेस्ट. सो ओवरऑल में तो आप जैसे हैं आप वैसे ही रहेंगे. दिस इज द ओनली वे यू विल बी एबल टू रिप्रेजेंट इन द इंटरव्यू. बट 3-4 things are important that prepare your CV well. जो आपने फॉर्म में अपना डिटेल्स भरा है, योर नेटिव प्लेस, योर वर्क एक्सपीरियंस, योर एजुकेशन क्वालिफिकेशन, you prepare data on that. Also be updated about current affairs, and it is also very important that you should not enter into argument with any of the interview board members. Sometimes वो उलझाने की कोशिश करते हैं, but it is not to provoke, it is only to judge your decision making capacity. अगर कोई लॉ एंड ऑर्डर सिचुएशन को देख के वो कुछ बात करते हैं तो आपको एक रीजनेबली वेल आर्ग्यूमेंट अगर करना भी है, अगर कोई आर्ग्यूमेंट प्रेजेंट भी करना है, तो इट शुड बी वेल आर्टिकुलेटेड एंड यू शुड नॉट एंटर इनटू एनी कन्फ्रंटेशन. और अगर कोई क्वेश्चन का आंसर आपको नहीं आता है तो यू शुड नॉट ट्राई टू ब्लफ. जस्ट से कि सर और मैडम, आई एम सॉरी, आई एम नॉट एबल टू रिकलेक्ट and I am not aware of this issue, but when I move out of this interview, I will definitely update my own self. So do not bluff. They are very senior people who are taking the interview. So this was stage wise, and towards the end I would like to mention for civil services that few things जो candidates पूछते हैं कि कितने घंटे पढ़ना है. तो friend 10 से 12 घंटे, और फिर जब एग्जामिनेशन आता है उसके आसपास में 14, 15, 16 घंटे जितना आप पढ़ सकते हैं. ऑफ कोर्स टेकिंग सफिशिएंट ब्रेक्स, एंड ये जो है क्वालिटी इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट देन द क्वांटिटी. दिस आल्सो शुड बी केप्ट इन माइंड. मीडियम ऑफ एग्जामिनेशन हम क्या लें? हिंदी के कैंडिडेट्स को मार्क्स नहीं मिलते ज़्यादा, ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. कैंडिडेट्स हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों ही मीडियम से क्वालिफाई करते हैं, हर साल क्वालिफाई करते हैं. तो जिस भी मीडियम में आप बहुत अच्छे से अपने आप को रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं, एक्सप्रेस कर सकते हैं, वही मीडियम आप चूज़ कीजिए. कोचिंग लेना है नहीं लेना है, प्योरली योर डिसीजन. कोचिंग में इट रिक्वायर्स मनी ऑल्सो, इट रिक्वायर्स टाइम ऑल्सो. अभी तो बहुत सारे ऑनलाइन अवेलेबल हैं, फिजिकल क्लासेस तो वैसे भी नहीं हो रही हैं, तो ऑनलाइन स्टडी मटेरियल इज अवेलेबल. यू कैन लुक इनटू दैट. You can opt for group studies, you can opt for mock answer writing, mock test, mock interviews. ये सब चीज़ें देख सकते हैं. एंड टुवर्ड्स द एंड फॉर सिविल सर्विसेज प्रिपरेशन फ्रेंड्स, एक ही मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट बात है कि जब आप पढ़ रहे हैं तो ट्राई टू गेट रिड ऑफ ऑल काइंड ऑफ डिस्ट्रैक्शंस इन योर लाइफ. तो डिस्ट्रैक्शंस इन द सेंस कि आप अगर सपोज जॉब के साथ कर रहे हैं तो आपको जॉब तो ऑफकोर्स करनी ही है, बट लेकिन जिस टाइम में आप पढ़ाई कर रहे हो उस टाइम में सिर्फ पढ़ाई ही कीजिए. ऐसे नहीं कि आप चैटिंग भी कर रहे हो, उसी टाइम में आप सोशल मीडिया भी सर्व कर रहे हो और आपने बुक खोली हुई है. माई पॉइंट इज कि विद योर 100% कमिटमेंट टू योर ओन सेल्फ एंड योर डेडिकेटेड एफर्ट्स, एवरीबडी कैन क्वालिफाई सिविल सर्विसेज. हर साल तो कैंडिडेट्स करते ही हैं क्वालिफाई, हर साल ही करते हैं, तो ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं है कि आप नहीं कर सकते हैं. द ओनली थिंग इज योर ओन टाइम मैनेजमेंट, your own dedication and commitment to self, which will help you in qualifying this examination, I think. Yes.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such wonderful insights. I'm very sure that most of the students who are sitting here, they're already, plotting their strategies after your amazing advice. So, ma'am, your journey was such tremendous, had a lot of ups and downs. You faced a lot of situations. So what is your best moment of being an IAS officer? Would you like to share one memory, the best memory that you would say being an IAS officer with all of us?
Best कुछ नहीं होता है लाइफ में. I mean, it's very subjective to say best, because every day is a new experience. Of course, some moments and some incidents are cherishable. That is, of course, there. Starting from my first posting up till now, I have tried to derive satisfaction, I have tried to derive happiness from wherever I have worked. And that is the most important thing, friends, that you should do what you love and you should love what you do. आप जो काम कर रहे हैं, अगर आपको उसमें खुशी नहीं मिलेगी, आप अपना उसमें 100% दे ही नहीं सकते. You won't be able to do that. Right? So ये ही बहुत important चीज़ है कि आप उसमें अपना 100% दीजिए. एंड मेरे साथ में बहुत सारे ऐसे इंसिडेंट्स हुए जब मुझे बहुत खुशी भी हुई. द हैप्पीनेस ऑफ रीचिंग आउट टू द पीपल, हेल्पिंग द पीपल लिविंग इन ट्राइबल एरिया, स्पेशली व्हेन आई वाज इन त्रिपुरा. मेरी सब डिवीजन अम्बासा थी, फर्स्ट इंडिपेंडेंट पोस्टिंग इज एसडी अम्बासा. देयर वर फ्यू रिमोट एरियाज विच वर नॉट कनेक्टेड, सो वी हैड टू वॉक ऑन फुट for a few kilometers to reach to those hamlets, and within a gap of few months we could establish proper functioning of school, Anganwadi center, primary health center, with the help of local BSF which was deployed there. And the satisfaction which you see on the faces of people, tribal लोग हम्बल हैं, होते हैं, बहुत सीधे होते हैं, उनके लिए वो सब सुविधाएं जो उन्होंने काफ़ी सालों से नहीं मिली, और जब मिली और वो खुशी जब आप देखते हैं, सो दैट ऑल दोज फीलिंग्स यू कैरी थ्रू आउट योर लाइफ. सो आई थिंक इस सर्विस में वो सब बहुत अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ मिलती हैं, और ये बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है कि हम इसको चेरिश करके आगे बढ़ें. यस.
Amazing, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. And the last, but not the least, I would like to ask you, what is the one last message you would like to give to all the students who are watching us? After listening to you, I'm really, really inspired. Such amazing, journey. Your words of wisdom have really impacted all of us. So what would be the ultimate guru mantra you would like to give to all of us, ma'am, as your blessing?
सो माई गुरु मंत्र तो मैं नहीं बोलूँगी, मैं खुद ही लर्न कर रही हूँ. एवरी डे वी आर लर्निंग समथिंग और दी अदर. जो भी मेरा थोड़ा बहुत एक्सपीरियंस है उससे 2-3 बातें मैं बोलना चाहूँगी कि फ्रेंड्स, एक तो लाइफ में यू ऑलवेज शुड ट्राई टू मेंटेन योर वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस. वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस इज मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट. आपका काम भी हमेशा इम्पॉर्टेंट है, आपकी फैमिली भी हमेशा इम्पॉर्टेंट है, बट देयर वुड बी सम ओकेजन्स वेयर इन यू विल हैव टू गिव मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट टाइम टू योर वर्क एंड समटाइम्स more important time to your family, especially for a female. जैसे मैंने देखा as in bureaucracy also, there are few things which you as a mother only will be doing, bearing a child, giving birth to a baby, but we should never be shy of that, and we all have to take this responsibility. Even if you are a male member, you should be helping your spouse in taking responsibility at the family front. If she is working, she would need even more your support. तो ये सब बातें बहुत ध्यान में रखनी है. And it is important that whatever profession, whatever career you choose, we should try and give to do something for the society. अभी बहुत सारे ऐसे फ्लैगशिप प्रोग्राम्स हैं गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के जिसमें वी नीड पब्लिक पार्टिसिपेशन. स्वच्छ भारत अभियान, बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ अभियान, जन धन योजना, जल शक्ति मिशन, saving environment, conserving water. So all these things are very important and we all should be giving our utmost efforts. ये ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आप एक IAS ऑफिसर, एक IPS ऑफिसर बन के ही ये सब काम कर सकते हैं. In COVID-19 pandemic only we have seen that people have gone out of the way, out of their resources. Common people have helped each other. People living in slums have been fed by many civil society organizations, NGOs. So ये जो एक हमारी ह्यूमैनिटी में एक जो फ्रेटर्निटी फीलिंग है, इसको हमें हमेशा ध्यान में रखना चाहिए. एंड वी ऑल शुड बी trying to help out people, trying to help the needy people, and contribution to the society, to the nation. Definitely आप जो भी करेंगे वो हमेशा किसी ना किसी की मदद ही करेगा. And towards the end, I think 1 or 2 last lines from my side, that you can be the you of your dreams. So I'm emphasizing you. So you can be the you of your dreams. So that means that you only would have to drive and work to achieve your dreams and goals. So ये जो goals हैं, ये जो dreams हैं, ये आपको खुद को set करने हैं. And once you are convinced with your determination that yes, I have to achieve this, then with your 100% effort, with your commitment, nothing can stop you. और एक जो प्रोज सब लोगों ने सुना होगा कि मैंने ये कई बार पहले भी बोला, कल भी मेरा एक सेशन था उसमें भी मैंने ये बात बोली कि तुम समय की रेख पर छोड़ते चलो निशान, देखती तुम्हें ज़मीन, देखता है आसमान. और एक लाइन जो अभी एक सीरीज़ आई थी TVF एस्पिरेंट्स, उसमें भी जो सर हैं वो ये लाइन जब बोले उन्होंने कि कौन कहता है कि आसमान में सुराग नहीं होता, एक पत्थर तो तबीयत से उछालो. तो कहने का मतलब ये है कि नथिंग इज इम्पॉसिबल, रियली नथिंग इज इम्पॉसिबल. एंड योर डिटर्मिनेशन, योर कमिटमेंट टू योर सेल्फ एंड योर ऑनेस्ट एफर्ट्स। जल्दी कुछ भी नहीं मिलता। अगर लोगों को ये लगता है कि मैं आज इस पोजीशन पे पहुंची हूँ, मैडम तो बहुत आगे गई हैं, लेकिन मैंने भी अपनी लाइफ में बहुत सेक्रीफाइसेस किए हैं। मैं त्रिपुरा भी रही हूँ, मेरी डॉटर का बर्थ हुआ, देन ऑल्सो आई वॉज देयर, आई हैव वर्कड, आई हैव गेन लॉट ऑफ रिस्पेक्ट, लॉट ऑफ एक्सपीरियंसेस। बहुत कुछ नहीं भी कर पाए। सो किसी को भी जो एक लेवल है लाइफ में, वो इजीली नहीं मिलता है। एवरीबडी हैज़ टू मेक एफर्ट्स। So let us all try and keep making those efforts, and then nothing can stop you achieving from your dreams. I think that was from my side. Yes.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such amazing words. Truly, truly, we are blessed to have you. And on the behalf of Lovely Professional University family and UNYC student organization, I would really, like to thank you for your presence because, out of your busy and hectic schedule, you took off time for us and you came here. You had this amazing conversation with us. So thank you so much, ma'am, for your presence. And we are really, really delighted to have you out here. And I'm very sure that all the students who are watching us right now, they are like truly, truly inspired. And on their behalf as well, I would like to thank you for your presence over here.
Right. Thank you so much for having me here, and my best wishes to the entire team of LPU University. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Have a great day.
Right. Thank you.
Well, wasn't that amazing? So I'm very sure, students, that we all are truly inspired, and what an amazing session it was. So I'm very sure that you got your tips and whatever you wanted to learn from that. On that note, my name is Shan. I would like to wind up the session, but before going, I would like to say one important message to all of out there. Do wear your mask, use a sanitizer, if possible, get vaccinated, and help every individual out there who are in need, because it's our responsibility as the youngsters of our country to uplift ourselves, and for the greater good, let's contribute our part. With that note, on the behalf of Lovely Professional University and student organization UNYC, I would like to thank each one of you for your presence out here, because it was such an amazing session, and I hope that things will get back on track. With that note, my name is Shan, and I'm officially signing off the event. Thank you so much. Have a very great day. Stay safe and stay healthy.